God bless him. When a woman whispers to you on the radio that she loves you.
Yeah.
And she has a British accent.
Well, and there's a lot of reaching out to you from the radio in 70s
How could you not be captivated by that?
They're trying a lot of times not to sing to you, but they want to get close to you, as Rose Royce put it.
But anyway, okay, so Olivia for 2 weeks, and then we're getting up to October 19th, and okay. That's just Heaviosity. You know, love Heaviosity there on the road. So we need something a little lighter here, and we got it from good old Billy Preston.
Yeah.
He played on this album, I believe, the Let It Be album. Yes. Nothing from nothing leaves nothing.
Yeah.
And you got to have something if you're going to be with me.
No, you can't sing that or we'll get sued.
I won't. Yeah. but I used to have trouble following the logic of the song.
Well, no, it's a
because it's okay. Nothing from that. Can you subtract nothing from nothing? Well, I guess you can.
Technically, yes.
I didn't take calculus.
It's actually true that 0 minus 0 is
0. Yeah, but you got to have something if you're going to be with him.
So he was into the integers.
Yeah, and it was bouncy and it was a little bit funky.
Yeah.
And you know,
not seriously funky like some future tracks.
Actually, dug Space Race more than this one.
That one was awesome. That one was as good as.
It was jumpy. It had that Billy Preston piano just to bounce in, and you know, hell, who cares if you really couldn't make a lot of sense? But okay, Nothing from Nothing. This is the start, by the way, of a to me still the most inexplicable excuse me, inexplicable chart phenomena that's ever happened. There, where all of these songs is starting. I mean, it happened. I think beginning with the Andy Kim. And this hasn't happened way before when the charts started in '55, start of the rock and roll era, and it hasn't happened since. Where a song hit #1 and then didn't just fall. I mean, fell completely out of the top 10 the very next week.
As if everyone just said,
okay, "This song's great. This song sucks, and we're tired of it."
Yeah, it could happen.
In
theory, it could happen.
Listen, Dionne Warwick and the Spinners, Then Came You. Now, come on, you can't hate that song. Come on, some songs you can't.
I loved it then. My mother loved it then.
You cannot like it. Can't not care for it, but you can't hate it. Yeah. Come on, it's a very pleasant enough song.
Yeah.
Dionne Warwick, and you got the Spinners.
And the Spinners groove.
Oh,
the Spinners Philly groove.
And listen, I love the early Spinners song. The first 2 or 3, just turn them up every time on the radio. Just that pleasant groove.
Oh, I'm still down with Rubber Band.
You are? See, myself. I got sick of the Rubber Band.
Yeah.
Just played too much, like Hotel California.
But games people play now.
I'm sorry,
I can listen to that all day.
It's okay. I like it, but I mean, to me, could it be I'm falling in love with you, baby? I'm sorry, early Spinners for me.
Okay,
but anyway.
all right.
But
there's no way that it went from I love this song to I don't care about it anymore. It's now number 12.
Yeah, and that's about where these songs fell. 12, some as far as 15.
Makes absolutely no sense whatsoever.
So Then Came You, and then okay, this guy, the next guy in the black community was a god, an absolute god, Mr. Cool, Mr. I mean, this guy. There's here, and then there's this guy. I mean, there's this guy. This guy, if he put out an album that year, sorry, wait till next year if you want to try to win the Grammy. I think Paul Simon said something to that effect one year. When he finally won an Grammy for 50 Ways to Leave Your Rubber, I think he thanked Stevie Wonder for not releasing an album that year. And I'm referring to Stevie Wonder. His #1 hit song was You Haven't Done Nothing.
Yeah.
I love that freaking song.
I love it now. This is so, it's just the way that you were when you were you're a white kid, you're a pop listener, and you're 13, 14.
White kid probably has a lot.
It was too intense. I really did not know what to make out of it.
Right.
I had dug Superstition.
Sorry, I'm doing my.
And of course, the lighter stuff that he did. Wonder. Now it is just deathless. It is just it just steamrollers over you.
Oh, protest.
Mm-hmm.
Protest music.
Yeah, protest soul.
Mm-hmm.
Read all about it in Grail Marcus's Mystery Train.
With a great groove. Nothing like protest with a great groove.
Great groove and some just really those just weird, funky keyboards that nobody uses anymore.
Yeah. Both of us have been English teachers at one time or the other. So,
one still is.
One still is.
Yeah.
I always love the old double negatives in
Yeah.
the song.
Yeah.
You haven't done nothing.
Damn straight.
Goddamn right. Okay. And then, okay, after you haven't done nothing one week and woo, off the top 10, enough of you and your jamming protest music, Stevie, was baby, you just ain't seen nothing yet. Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Yep.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Yeah.
So everybody says, oh, they're ripping off Pete Townsend and the Who, man. I don't
Which,
care.
of course, but no one who was 14 had
Knew
any
that.
idea they were ripping
No.
off the Who.
Weren't into the Who
It
yet.
just sounded like a really jamming rock
God,
and
are
roll
you
song.
kidding?
It took us a while.
Oh.
It might have taken a few plays to get used to the stutter effect, which he was stealing from a different Who song.
My generation.
But that's how the pop charts were. You look at like Steve Miller's "Rockin' Me."
Yeah.
There's just a blatant steal, and I don't even think he was ever sued for it from Freeze All Right Now.
Right.
Nobody cared. Okay. Nobody was rushing into court to try. Oh, he made number one. He must have just billions of dollars now, and I've got to get a piece of that. They didn't care.
Anyway, Any Love Is Good Love.
It's a good riff. Use it twice.
Any Love Is Good Love.
Yeah.
And he took what he could get.
Yeah.
He took what he could get, and she looked at him with those big brown eyes.
But that's the whole 70s ethos right there. Any love is good love.
Yeah.
Okay.
Love the one you're with.
It just doesn't matter.
Chevy van. Okay. Well, that's another subject.
That's
isn't it?
another
Another
subject.
topic one day. Okay, Bachman Turner Overdrive. Get out of the top 10. Make room for whatever gets you through the night.
Yeah.
I'll stop singing these after a while.
I know.
John Lennon and Plastic Ono Band.
And
Whatever
see, I
gets
should
you
be the
through
one.
night.
I'm usually the idiot that shouts out lyrics.
And think of how the same sentiment as You Ain't Seen Nothing Yet. Any Love Is Good Love, took it what you could get,
Yeah.
Whatever gets you through the night.
And whatever gets you through the night. Now, I will admit, at the time, I've just found that song completely abrasive.
Tell the people who sang backup vocals on that song.
Yeah, Elton John.
You betcha.
At least. I don't know.
And John Lennon returned the favor in just a few songs later.
And
We'll get to it. Lucy in the Sky.
Okay. An odd one. Definitely an odd one. I mean, it does have a breakout saxophone solo.
Yeah.
But it's clearly, it's kind of like, let's knock one out. Elton, Before You Were Sir.
Yeah.
Sir.
Rest in peace.
We'll go there another time.
Give peace a chance. All right. And then after that one, okay, just say the song, then talk about it. I Can Help, Billy Swan. Probably a very forgotten kind of song, but I kind of dug it then, and I really dig it.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Yeah.
Just from what it is, like, wow, that thing actually made number one for 2 weeks now.
As kids, we had no idea what it was.
Yeah.
Didn't sound like anything we listened to.
It did have kind of a cheesy, what do you call it? Organ.
Yeah, the little beat or something. Yeah.
Like you'd hear walking through a mall in the 70s.
Yeah, or the Holiday Inn.
Yeah.
And I know at the time I did not like it.
Yeah.
Again, it's about adult relationships.
But it's a mature adult song.
And I had no idea. Just Casey is talking about rockabilly.
Rockabilly.
What?
What's rockabilly? What's rockabilly?
I know pop. I know rock. I know soul. I know funk. Rockabilly. What?
Don't forget. And God, Elvis could have killed that song.
Yeah.
I mean, he was singing in an Elvis kind of voice.
Actually, there is a version.
Did he cover it?
There is a version.
Elvis did it?
I think it was an off album track.
Okay. Well, I can just totally hear Elvis doing that song.
I mean,
and I love and how many songs at the time or any time said, "If your child needs a daddy, I can help." Wow, let's step up to the plate.
It's pretty heavy for the
Very
70s.
nice, nicely done.
Yeah.
Nicely done, man.
Mm-hmm.
There. So good for Billy Swan, who, by the way, we looked it up. Never had a follow up.
Top 40.
Top 40 hit.
Right. He may have had a couple of hits on the country charts.
Number one for 2 weeks, and then nothing else.
And there it goes.
I was talking. We mentioned Silly, And there were all sorts of genres
Uh-huh.
that really kind of took off in this decade. And one such genre was the sort of the martial arts explosion. You already know what song. That's all I had to say. You know what song I'm talking about. But yes, do your katas now.
Yeah.
Kung Fu Fighting, Carl Douglas.
Yeah.
Which always appreciate much years later the Letterman skit where he gets in the car and cranks up the tunes and whoa 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 whoa.
Remember the girl from high school?
From high school.
That talked about his follow-up.
Oh, his follow-up hit. Yeah, a girl named Shirley, who went to high school and was in high school with me, seventh grade, I think, at Northwest.
Yeah.
Anyway, she said he had a follow-up hit, and sure enough, he did. And can you guess what the name of that follow-up hit was? And it's not Kung Fu Fighting Part 2, but
this was
you're close.
This was on the soul charts, not the
on the soul charts. It was Dance the Kung Fu. Dance the Kung Fu. Hey, when you hit on something, keep hitting it.
Yep.
Carl Douglas, #1 for 2 weeks, and it's a song that surely it will elicit a grin or a smile every time it comes on.
Yeah.
That's kind of like a Tarzan yell.
Especially anyone who lived at the time. You could just do that one riff and they'll laugh.
But it puts you in the moment. That song puts you in that moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you think you could have been put into Enter the Dragon, right? In that song. There was Funky Billy Kid.
Right.
You got Little Sammy Chung.
Yeah.
He said, "Here come the big boys." Sound effects. You get that. You got to have that. Let's get it on. And that's a Marvin Gaye song. But, it's like, and today you say, "Oh, it's on." Or you say, "It's go time." It was go time then.
They really should have had some of those.
Yeah. Rawhide.
That's so
okay. And, so he took a bow and made a stand, started swaying with the hand. A sudden motion made him, I think the word is skip. You think slip, and I think it was skip, but it's probably slip. And then they went into a brand new trip.
Mm-hmm.
Which makes more sense. It's a more pure rhyme.
No,
I think you're right.
You're right. It was also the new trip is dancing.
Yeah.
All right, this is the original
another
Thriller.
Trip, and that's a 70s expression, too.
Yeah, but this is the original Thriller.
Yeah.
Okay, so that if something bad's about to happen, they're about to have a massive Kung Fu smackdown, and then they start Kung Fu dancing.
Did you ever, Kung Fu dancing, dancing the Kung Fu. And, God, remember that fight? Did you Enter the Dragon? I think it was Enter the Dragon.
Yeah.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bruce Lee.
Well, or
we had a theater in town. I won't say what town maybe I shouldn't say what town it was.
Yeah,
where he got Meridian. We got all of these flicks came through. You talk about the Grindhouse. This was a Grindhouse theater. I mean, the bad Prince coming through, and I guess it's okay to say blaxploitation flicks came through. The martial arts flicks.
We saw Earthquake there. With the full loudness speakers.
God, yes. We saw years later Rock and Roll High School at the same theater. Great setting to see a flick, but
perfectly silly.
It's the 70s.
There's no silly now without self-awareness, without irony about being silly, etc., etc.
All right.
They just laid it out.
Now, I want to talk about anything and everything on the charts, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, picture this adjustment. Okay, Kung Fu Fighting for 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're entering the Christmas period here, towards the end of '74. The #1 song that knocked it off, that can, again, try to think of this. Here's a jarring juxtaposition. Harry Chapin's Cats in the Cradle.
Mm-hmm.
A middle-aged Sinatra-esque, getting old, and boy, hello, my son's about to go off to college.
Yeah.
I mean, Kung Fu Fighting, whoa! And, Cats in the Cradle, Harry Chapin. A very maudlin, syrupy, sappy, song, but for a certain of Sinatra generation, kind of a mentality thing. I mean, it hit.
Yeah, but it was weird. It was weird, and I liked it at the time.
Man,
and that's the weird thing about some pop songs is that that as a young person, you can sort of be drawn into a sense of nostalgia for something that you haven't experienced.
Oh yeah,
What I
it,
really like
it was a
that-
Hallmark Hall of Fame.
What I really like, Dad, is the foreigner car keys.
Is to borrow the. I said to borrow the car keys, and I swear I'm right on this one. I think you're wrong on that one.
I know.
The foreign car.
Foreigner car
Oh,
keys.
I'm sorry, it's not.
And he
let me
puts
borrow
the I in.
the foreign car.
The foreigner car keys. That's I've always thought that's
No.
what it was. Yeah.
What I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys.
Yeah.
See you later. Can I have them, please?
Okay, no, you're right.
What?
I know.
Okay.
Could be.
It just flows
we
right
could have
over.
looked all this crap
It
up,
did at the end, you
but we
know.
don't care.
And as I hung up the phone, it occurred to me.
Yeah.
You gotta have that killer line at the
Yeah,
end.
yeah.
My boy was just like me. He'd grown up just like me.
And some awful
A
alternative
tear
band.
dripping down my face.
That
here.
was the weirdest thing, though. See,
Yeah.
was that some bad alternative band in the 90s did a remake of it, and it's the least alternative lyric, ever to hit the top 40.
A punk band really should have covered that song.
Like the Circle Jerks doing Nights in White Satin at
Yeah,
hyper speed. It would have just been a stupid joke, but it was a hit.
Mhm.
It was an actual dumb MTV hit.
This has been a TCP Tough Cat Productions Incorporated show.